Well, my friends, how are you doing? I have decided to record this live rather than pre-recording it. And this is the second uh, devotion that I have done since I come back. And this week's devotions are focused on Holy Week and, and the events that took place on Holy Week. And Tuesday, Holy Tuesday, is known as Silent Tuesday. And it's called Silent Tuesday because the Bible does not appear to record any events that take place on the Tuesday before Jesus went to the cross. And so, what I wanted to do today is just take a few moments to address silence and talk about, well, why is silence so uncomfortable? Why is it that we as a people in general have issue with silence? Now, there are some people that are much more comfortable with silence than others, but in general, uh, there's a discomfort. Now, people will say, for instance, that introverts, such as myself, are more comfortable with silence than extroverts. And there is some truth to that. But even some introverts are uncomfortable, at least in public situations, with silence. So why is this? And as I have had an opportunity over the past several weeks to have several moments of silence, times of silence, and as one who appreciates silence, I can also understand the reason for the discomfort with silence and the danger of silence if we do not have a relationship with God. So let's talk about it. We live in a world where we very seldom get silence. There's always, for many people, at least some noise in the background. Even in our homes, this television in the background, radio in the background. There's background noise. So that there's very few times of complete silence. And so we've gotten used to hearing that noise. We've gotten used to hearing some sort of buzzing, if you will, that removes us from total and complete silence. And so when that silence comes, it's disconcerting, it's uncomfortable. In our conversations, if there is 10, 15 seconds of silence, someone is going to feel the need to say something because it's unnatural. And what do we call it? We call it uncomfortable silence. We even admit, we admit that it's not something that we are comfortable with. And I think another reason that silence, and this is the crux of what I want to get into. Without a grounding in Christ, the fact is that it can be very dangerous to be alone in the silence of your own thoughts. I've talked to several people who have pointed this out to me, that time alone inside your head, allowing your thoughts to roam, can be dangerous if you don't have a grounding in Christ. And here's the reason why. Sometimes our thoughts can betray us. Sometimes our thoughts are thoughts of harm. Sometimes our thoughts are not good nor godly thoughts. And so if you don't have a grounding, if you don't have a relationship with Christ, that's the reason the silence can be dangerous. And even when we do have a relationship with Christ, the silence can be painful. I'm not one who shares a lot of deep personal thoughts. I'm going to do that to a slight extent today. I am one who likes times of silence. I truly believe that God speaks to us through that silence, in that still small voice. God has a different way of communicating with different people. And for me, it is during those times of silence when that communication can be heard the greatest. But silence can also be painful. You know, of course, on February 16th, I lost my wife. She was called from this labor in this world to reward. And there have been a lot of times of silence in the past few weeks. The interesting thing about it is that the silence has been something that has brought both joy and pain. Because in addition to being in that silence and hearing the voice of God and hearing the voice of the one who has called me into ministry, the silence has also brought memories. And of course, they're good memories, but they're just that, they're memories. And in those memories, one of the things that the silence has brought to bear is that there will be no more. And that is painful. That is, and it can, and what that has shown me though, is it's helped me to understand the reason why, in some cases, people run from silence. People are afraid of silence. People don't like it because of the things that can come to one's mind. And again, these are good things. These aren't bad things. These are good things, but they also are reminders of something that is painful. But I want to encourage you to not run from the silence completely, to ground yourself in your relationship with God, and to have whatever you can take times of silence in which you listen for that still small voice, in which you are in times of meditation and in times of prayer. Now, I'm not going to tell you how much and how often that should be because it's different for each individual. And as I said, for some people, too much of it, too much time of silence can be dangerous and painful. But I do believe that all of us need to take some time to sit and to listen, to allow God in that still small voice to speak. Today is Holy Tuesday. It is Silent Tuesday. May each of you find some time, no matter how long or how short, but some time to be in silence with our Creator. God bless you.